Hello, guys. How are you all? I hope that you have had a very good beginning to the new year, and I wish you all the success, all kind of prosperities in knowledge, uh, in awakening, and financial success. All kind of success I wish you this year and forward. Okay, I didn't disappear for no reason. Uh, it's been a few months of quite intense for me because I am in process of bringing out my first book. I have done the first draft and I printed out. I gave to my children to have a look. They are my critics, and they have found lots of mistakes and so many sentences that didn't make any sense to them. They don't understand. My English, and I never been to proper English education. I have my language from speaking since I came to Europe. Okay, so now I am going sentence by sentence and rewriting it, um, trying to make it understandable, to make it sense to you. Okay, this book is about my life experience with yoga, and especially with the mantras that changed my life. So I gave the name to the book, The Mantras That Changed My Life. And this book comes with the mantras that I used. Some of them are already in YouTube that you can see. You can listen to it, but this book comes with a downloadable tracks, so you can understand what a mantra is and you can use it, and I have explained it exactly how I have used them to change different situations of my life and in different states, so different time of life, to different obstacles in my life that I faced. So I think it's worth while to get that a copy of it. Anyway, so it's almost done, and that is the reason that I didn't show up. And yesterday I happened to meet with Mark Bajerski, and we made a video. And I promised that I would make more videos, but I am not very good at being stubborn with something. I would like to more flow. If it happens, it happens, and always having this good intention to make things happen. And since Mark uploaded that video, there are a few questions people asked, and I'm going to answer one of the questions. I don't know if it is going to be any benefit for you, but I thought, okay, it's an experience I had. I could share with you. So the question was from Sarah, and it asked like, what pivotal experience or time period created the biggest shift in your life? Shift in your life. What was the notable turning point for you and why? Before I answer that question, I should warn you that please do not look at me as a guru or uh, an important teacher of yoga, because I am not. It's a far away from that reality. Still, I have a long way to go. I can see that because I still can see many uh, dark sides, dark holes in my life. Still, so many things to be solved. But what I can share with you is the life experiences and tools that I used to change, to transform my life from a very, very difficult life situation, life condition, to where I am now, that I can talk to you at least through this video. Okay, so just to give a glimpse, a short idea how my life was before I came to yoga. It was terrible. In one word, it was terrible, because first of all, I had lots of physical troubles, physical problems. The reason for that, my life was so limited when I was young. uh, Normally we would say that life was in a circle. I would say my life happened in the limitation of a triangle. This triangle, 3 points: house, church, and school. This is the only three places I went almost 14 years of my life. there is no other place, and hospitals. Yeah, hospitals. So we could call it Chadushkona, four corners of my life. Okay, I used to visit a hospital a lot, admitted a lot in the general hospital in Trivandrum, in my hometown, with many problems. Okay, so mostly it is with my respiratory problems, and I get sick very fast. I have very low immunity, and any kind of infectious disease go um, beside me would catch me. It won't miss me. Okay, so but the most struggled issue I had was eosinophilia. The count of eosinophils high in my blood cells, in my blood, and anytime if I get exposed into a dusty environment, if I happen to be anywhere there is a bit of dust, I would get bedridden with some kind of sickness, running nose. My eyes got very red and watering, and I wouldn't be able to look at this any kind of light, fluorescent or sunlight, and I have to stay inside. It was very difficult. Then I had the very weak uh, skeletal system. It's because not doing any kind of sports. I never done any kind of sports until I turned 16 or 17, because my parents, they want me to study and become somebody very significant, somebody important. But I I didn't give much attention after age of 17, age of 12, and give much attention to studies, and become very lazy about studies as well. Well, there are these physical challenges also caused that to an extent. I I believe our mental state depend on the physical health as well. Of course, the mind can be stronger than the body always, but our body status also influence greatly. So, and psychologically as well, I was very weak. I was so confused, so much in fear, so lots of social phobias. I didn't have the courage to face anyone, even the family members, those who came to our home. Even when we have guests at home, I used to hide away. And in the beginning it was very difficult, because I born in a hut made of palm leaves, of coconut leaves. It was a single room house where the kitchen, bedroom, living room, everything happens in the same place. So it was very difficult to hide. So I would go to the beach. My house is at the beach, and but then we had a one separate room for that. And then when I remember very clearly that I was hiding in the room, in the house, in the hut. Okay, so because that much fear, it is not I am timidness, it is fear, because I would tremble with fear to speak to someone, I would to face someone. So from there, uh, to appear in front of even thousands of people and speak, I don't have a problem now. Also, I have all lots of fear about my thinking, the way I express, if it is right to do this, right to say this, and always thinking what others will think about me, how they look at me. So much self-conscious, and it's all very fearful. Okay, so since I came to yoga, my health wise body started to change. I can i can feel that, and it would take like 3 months or so to have a very good different to um, um, tangible result to experience physically and mentally, but the mind was still so complicated. So then I carried with the yoga, and after 5 years or so, my yoga teachers in the yoga center in the city of Trivandrum city, they asked me, why don't you take a teacher's training course and start giving yoga lessons. I thought, oh, am I capable of that? Am I that good? So that was first turning point in my thought about myself. Then I did the following year. I joined the ashram in Kerala, Shivananda Ashram, and I complete my yoga teachers training course. But I didn't start right away giving classes because I didn't have the courage for that. I so afraid to stand in front of even 5 people to teach them. Then I started to travel throughout India, then in Rajasthan, in Delhi, and in Rishikesh, in Himalayas. Then this happened. It was very, very powerful. It happened, I don't know how long, maybe 1 second or few minutes. I don't know how long it happened, it took. I was in Rishikesh, in the ashram where Swami Shivananda Saraswati lived. One morning, I sat in the room where Swami Shivananda was living, was using. It was beside the river Ganga, the Ganges. And I was sitting in the room where his bed and the chair was placed, a small room. I loved that energy in the room. It's very powerful energy, the same energy that you would experience in a church or in a temple. I used to stay in the church for a long time. I'm from a Catholic family, and my life was, every day morning going to the church, come home, breakfast, go to school, come back, and go to church if there is any ceremony happening in the church. If not, we would have a long prayer at home. So I love the energy in the church. So what I do, I spent lots of time inside the church alone, praying or simply being. Sometimes if I get very bored, I would sweep. I would get a broom and sweep the entire church. I love that energy being around that. It is probably it was a hide away from everything else. I don't know. That was my mind like that, hiding from everything and from everyone else. So that can be a hideaway. But anyway, I enjoy that energy inside. And so the same experience, same kind of energy I experience in this room. I sat in meditation. I start my meditation by praying, "Oh Guru, guide me, give me the strength, give me the courage, give me the clarity to teach others. I love sharing yoga with others. So give me the strength." Before many times I used to stay in silence, in loneliness, and cried secretly, that to have the ability to think like everyone else, express that in a way that everyone understands me, because many times what I said, what I expressed, was misunderstood, in not in a way that even I would dream about it. So it was quite difficult, and I was praying to give me the strength, or give me the clarity, give me the capacity to think the way that everyone else would think, so they could understand me, how I feel, and I could express in a way that everyone would understand me. Then it happens during this meditation. It was like like an energy. It's a field of energy. It is like energy of whirlpool, a whirlpool of energy, drag me from the darkness and to throw me out to a land of light. To a, it happened like a lightning. All of a sudden it happened. When I woke up from that meditation, I didn't feel any fear at all anymore. I feel like I am ready. I am ready to go and teach yoga. it is not because I know a lot about yoga, because I have a lot of experience in yoga. It is simply because I love to share. I love to teach. I would like to also deep secretly in my mind. I wanted this recognition, acceptance of the community, and claps from others and appreciations. I secretly like that because it's been hiding away a long time from life, and I want to come to the light. Okay, that particular incident that I always remember, and I call it my baptism. For me, baptism is, as they do in the church, the baptism is like washing away all the darkness of ignorance, fear, and phobias, and bringing out into the light of spiritual knowledge. That is baptism for me. I don't know how the parents look at the baptism now when they give the newly born children. um, okay, something I wanted to reveal, but in another time. Okay, so that was the baptism for me. That is the baptism for my life. That is a beautiful and most significant experience happened in my life. Since then, I started teach. I started teaching in Rishikesh. I was teaching, and in Delhi I was teaching. Then I was many places. Then I went back to Kerala. I was teaching there in a retreat. Then I met a lovely lady from London who lives now here in Marbella, Caroline. She is one of the angels in my life. She asked me to come to Europe, and then I came to Europe. And so when I see the life, how the life changed, it wasn't not it wasn't happen in one single incident. It happened. The transformation of my life happened gradually, year by year, month by month. So my message is to you today: whatever you do with full of your full hearted, single minded, dedicate absolutely in it. Don't overthink about the result, don't overthink about the outcome of your action, of your duty, of your service. Don't do your service to gain the monthly salary. Let that salary, all the rewards, come to you. Do the best when you serve the world. That's my experience, life experience, and that is what transformed my life. Don't wait for something to happen overnight, or a week, or a month. You can have a plan to execute an action, or to finish a work in a month or in a week. That is okay, but don't be rigid with the result. The result will follow. That's for sure. Every action has a reaction. Every karma has an effect, has a result. So believe in it and just do the best you can. Every minute you meditate, every positive thoughts, every positive thought you play in your mind, every affirmation you repeat in your mind, all gathers the karma. They all your karmic actions. They are all your karmas, and they all create effects drop by drop. And in the end, you will have an ocean of transformation, an ocean of gifts. So don't ignore anything, small, even a small act. Every drop is important, every drop counts. Even a smallest act has a great meaning, significance to your life. And so that's what I have to tell you. I'm dedicating a lot of time with this book because the struggle I have with my language. And so, and I'm taking many hours. Sometimes I even forgot to sleep. One day at 3 o'clock in the early morning, immediately I start to hear buzzing in my ear. It's like otitis, and then I couldn't sleep that night. Then when I in the morning I went to bed, I lie down, but when I woke up, I had this eyes, both eyes were so hot, like inflamed, and then it left a mark in the eyelid. So then since then I asked my wife to remind me to go to bed to sleep. So now taking a bit more cautious, being more balanced, taking enough time to sleep, and getting got back to my normal rhythm now. But anyway, I'm looking forward to bring this book and these mantras to you. uh, Thank you very much for listening to me, and I hope to see you maybe tomorrow or next day. I don't want to be too rigid with promises. Okay. Have a lovely day, have a lovely time. Thank you very much for listening to me. I'm not sure if you have picked up something from this video, but Sarah asked me this question, and so I thought I would share with you. Okay. Love you guys. Have a beautiful, beautiful life ahead. Namaste.